Call to order the Phillipsburg City Council meeting for December 2nd, 2019. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, do we have any public comment tonight? Okay. Jack, could you join us here?
I've asked Jack to join us tonight, as Jack mows on down at the end. Jack had been down at the park and was doing some horsing around down there on the new road. Went down through both layers of the road. We happened to identify Jack on the video. So I've asked Jack to come in and visit with us tonight. And talking with a couple of council members, at first they were wishing to pursue charges against Jack. I figured out what the extent of the damage will cost for us to fix. And there's two individuals that were identified. The other one does not appear to be here. But the extent of the damage that which Jack did was $965. Jack, do you have anything you want to say?
Sorry about what I did. I regret every single thing I did that night, and I apologize for it.
Appreciate that.
Did you learn anything?
Yeah.
Was
Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything to get you in trouble.
be a long future in front of you.
I visited with Tim about it, and we talked about the restitution. We feel that working off that money would be better suited for this situation. So we had kicked around 40 hours community service for the city, and Tim would find work for him, and he would be under direct supervision while we have him. What do you think about that? That work for you?
Yeah.
Being that he's a minor, is that
That all right with you?
okay?
Okay.
Any other questions or discussion?
Does anybody have a problem with that?
No, I think that's good.
And
Good.
Tim will be in contact with your dad to get things lined out. That work?
That we're good.
Okay?
Either after school or on weekend or whatever.
Yeah. We'll make it work.
Okay.
Thanks for coming in.
Please remember that, don't do that down there. I know you're
No,
just a
don't
kid.
do it on anything.
Yeah.
But,
Our budget, it's not that good. Thanks, Jack, for coming in.
Yeah,
Appreciate
appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
the other individual, I guess she has chosen not to show. Her name is Kayla, I think it's Philby. We also have her the same method, and have visited with her herself, and I also visited with her parents. She is 20 years of age. Her damage was $385. What I told them is that she should be here at the meeting to address the council. If not, then the council could take such actions as press charges against her for her lack of action towards it. It's either that, or as I spoke with Brent earlier, we can impose some community service on her as well. What would you like to do?
I think for disrespect by not coming should be a lot more painful to her for that reason. I agree with the community service, but on the same basis, to me it shows no respect at this point and remorse with what she has done. This boy here, and his father come in, that says a lot. you know, to me.
Me too.
Half the amount of damage or less than half the amount of damage. 40 hours in as well. Going to the same amount if we're on the community service route. Otherwise, you know,
Yeah, we had talked originally about 20 hours for her,
No,
but now that she didn't show up, I agree, I think it ought to be 40 hours as well.
I give her the 40 hours.
Yeah.
if not more. I mean, you
Yeah.
know, to be real truthful. She needs to get, she needs to learn someplace, because
And if
there's no-
she doesn't get in touch, Tim, try and contact her again. If you can't get in touch with her, then before the next meeting, then we'll reevaluate where we go from here. But right now, I think.
We do
council
expect her at the next meeting.
Huh?
We do expect her at the next meeting.
Yes, and it is 40 hours now, and then we'll reevaluate if she doesn't show up for the next meeting.
Which could mean charges.
Yeah.
Okay, I will follow up with conversations with her tomorrow.
All right. Any more discussion on that? Do we have consensus on that? Okay. Let's take a look at the November 18th, 2019 minutes.
I make a motion we approve the minutes for November 18th.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Terry seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Appropriation ordinance number 1055-11-19B in your packet.
I would like to point out that the Finance Committee met and
Wait a minute.
reviewed.
I can't find the page numbers.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
at least there's only 24 this time.
We forgive you.
The Finance Committee met and reviewed our funds and where we're doing as of the year. And they chose to do a couple of transfers that are in this appropriation ordinance. One is for $100,000 from general to special highway. The next one's $30,000 from solid waste to general equipment reserve, and then $30,000 from solid waste to solid waste equipment reserve. So,
The thing on Coombs, was that for backhoe chasing around, or?
Tires.
Tires. Yeah,
Tires.
tires for the trash truck and tires for the Ford.
And what was Doyle's?
He helped us by bringing a crane up to set that
Oh, on that
big box
box.
down there at Park and Highway 93.
Color tank?
What was it? Oh, that's the reclaimer we used at the park.
Oh, okay. And Topeka Foundry, was that them doors and stuff
Yes, sir.
that?
Murphy Tractor was the backhoe.
It is for the new backhoe. The digital screen had a computer problem and they had to replace it.
Okay. I'd so move to approve appropriation. God, I can't talk.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, appropriation ordinance, whatever. Let it go at that. 1055-11-19B.
Second.
Lynette seconds. You're not gonna say it? Okay.
Yeah.
I can say it.
Not
Great
together.
story.
There you go. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Mr. Wisner? Don't have anything. Mr. James?
Just a quick brief, we did have a meeting with the Census Bureau people, and we're getting the committee put together and have a meeting at the Huck Boyd on the 18th in the evening. He's gonna come back out for some training for the census taking, and, you know, we're trying to get people through the county, not just the city on this, so, you know, and I think it's pretty important, and I didn't realize this, but the library relies very heavily on the census, which I didn't realize that through the state on their funding. So it's real important to the library for this to make sure that we get the proper count to keep that up. So just thought I'd mention that for everybody's information.
Okay. Mr. Rogers?
Page whatever they are in your packet is the law enforcement contract, and after discussion, we failed to get this, signed and over to the commissioners for their signature for 2020, so I would make a motion that we authorize the mayor to sign and the city clerk to sign the, law enforcement contract.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Anything else, Pete?
That's it.
All right. Mr. McConnell?
No, I don't have anything tonight.
Ms. Voorhees?
I don't have anything.
Mr. Miles?
Always. Toward the back of your packet, there is, the first thing is the pay scale. We approved the 3% increase for the employees, and that, this reflects it. 3%'s been added to every step. And then if you notice down at the bottom of it, there used to be range 23 and 29 and 27 has been added for Scott. So I think that's on that. We'll need to make a motion I'll make a motion that we approve the new pay scale effective 1/1/20.
I'll second
Okay. Any further discussion?
Or any questions?
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay, and another thing we discussed on page, if you'll notice down in the bottom, we had a 6-month step for the hourly employees. So after you've been here for 6 months, you got an increase, and we still have that. It also had a 6-month step for the salaried employees. Well, there's a feeling of the finance committee that shouldn't be in there. So if you'll notice in red, she added hourly down at the bottom, and we removed the 6-month step wage for the salary employees. Am I missing something?
Can I
Yeah,
ask
speak
about
up.
a possible revision? Under the Public Works Department where it has number of positions available, I would like to delete that so it fits the system we have, because right now that would not fit the system that is currently in place.
Actually, I think all those could be eliminated.
I don't know why you'd want to cap how many
Yeah,
positions you have available
Yeah.
based on your skill levels.
yeah, I agree.
Just delete that whole column.
Yeah, no positions available. Just eliminate that column. That's fine. Any questions on that part of it? And then I think that is all of it, isn't it? Wasn't it that we
The
talked about?
employee policy.
Oh, yeah, sorry. On the next page, down at the bottom on D2, pay increases, paragraph B, she added hourly in there as well. So I'll make a motion that we make the adjustments to the personnel policy guideline change in the pay scale ranges with the addition, or the correction.
With the elimination of the column?
Yeah.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
That's it.
All right. Mr. Sage?
Council, Mayor, I do not have anything to report upon this evening.
All right. Neither does the mayor. So I'll turn it over to you.
I don't have much for you, so, really our crews have been working on, we had one water leak we worked on last week, and then snow removal and some Christmas lights preparations, and we had to remove some today to fix, to put back up due to the lovely Mother Nature's winds the last 2 days. Outside that, we've had a lot of equipment breakdowns we've been working on the last few days, and that's pretty well taken up most of our time, so. We haven't worked on the basement at all last week, so hopefully we can get back on that. Other than that, it's That's all I got for you, unless you got questions.
One other thing I forgot to mention, that comes back to Public Works, trash truck. I got a note from, and I haven't heard back from them again yet, which I'll contact them tomorrow, because I didn't see nothing. But I get a note, was that Wednesday, I think it was? Oh, well, trash truck's not due till April now. I'm going, wait a minute. This is gonna be damn near 6 months from the time that truck was delivered. And I got all the, I was waiting for the Kenworth guy to send me all the correspondence he's had with them. I've got all the correspondence, the delivery dates that they were there at the factory at New Way. I'm going, we got 120 days the way they was playing it. The engineers approved it in the chassis design for setting up the chassis on the framework. I think it was in July. New Way's engineers approved the design and where everything was set and how it was done. And I'm going, what is going on with people? And the bad part of it is that I find out that the guy that we was dealing with Elliott Sales, the person that took over for him, I found out he was doing all kinds of strange things. So I think they got a whole can of snakes, but that's not our problem. Our problem is getting a truck. So, and the county's in the same shape, if not worse than we are. But yeah, like I say, I got a note that said April now, and I'm going, that's almost 6 months from the time the truck was delivered.
So you're gonna follow up on that, Mike?
I am taking care of that, yes.
So contractually, what did we sign on that? We just signed it with Kenworth, or did we sign one with Elliott?
Both.
Both, yeah.
And there was no dates in there as far as delivery of after they received it?
Probably no penalty clause.
No, what it amounted to, which we didn't have the problem with the last truck at all. And I don't know why the difference is, to be real truthful. Kenworth has kept us abreast of time. They said when the truck was ordered, it would be October. I mean, their numbers is within, I'm gonna say a couple of weeks of when they said actual build date and delivery and all that. They was right on target. When I talked to the president of Elliott, he says, oh, well, that's 120 days after we received the chassis at the plant. I says, wait a minute. We signed this agreement back in March to have this. Don't they build these bodies? Because they don't build the body on the chassis. They build the bodies and then put them on and do all of this. Well, no, that's why I'm so upset with them and giving them so much shit, because here they come back and said 120 days, and now they're kicking it out to, as to say, almost 6 months. I'm going, wait a minute, no, this was wrong.
It'll be over a year if it goes to April. from when
Yeah. And I guess on top of that too, we'd ordered those trucks with dual mirrors on the front fenders too, and I seen a note today from Kenworth. He says, I was going back over that. He said, I don't think they put both the mirrors on the fenders. I says, well, they was ordered that way. That's the way it was spec'd. The mirrors are supposed to be on them fenders. So they'll take care of it once they prep the truck. Once the truck gets back to Kenworth, they'll take care of that. That's not an issue. That's pretty minor, but I'll be calling Elliott tomorrow because I hadn't seen any more today. I'll give him a day after Thanksgiving holiday to.
Well, we look forward to the update at next meeting.
I wish there's more I could tell you, but I can't.
You have anything else?
No, sir.
Tiffany?
Okay, I had 2 cereal malt beverage license applications that came in. I'd like to see if you would approve one for Pizza Hut.
Do we have to prove them individually?
I think we can do them together. Go ahead and ask for them. And Dollar General.
I make a motion, we approve, have the mayor sign both.
I'll second that.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? In your packet, near the back of it, is the report on the CDs. It is on the back of it.
Page 1 in the back.
Page 1 of the back.
And then I had a couple other things. The HSA health savings account for employees will be new this next year in 2020. And we talked about doing $500 into their account at the very beginning of the year. Is that correct? And then I wondered about new employees that come on that might choose that option. Do you want them to have that money immediately when they start? Okay. So it doesn't matter about probation period or anything, right?
Well, whenever they're eligible for
They're eligible the following month from hire. So, okay. I just wanted to verify that.
you know, we could.
That's the way it's always been.
We could get it for 500, but yes, that's, unless the council sees different, but that's what I think.
I think that should come in on their after their probation because they're a full-time employee at that point.
Yeah, but they'll save us that much by not being on the other one.
No,
Mike.
that's true too. You're right.
You got
Never
minimal
mind.
risk.
Minimal risk at that
Yeah.
point, yeah.
Okay, and then just an update on the Cassell computer programs. They are working on doing a balance of the billing to make sure the numbers they have in match our billing. So they've been working on that, kind of been waiting on them. And then also, I wondered what your thoughts are about possibly hiring a part-time person over Christmas break to continue working on scanning and shredding here at the office.
How much we have left to do? A lot. Okay.
We haven't started shredding yet.
And with the remodel downstairs, they're kind of running out of, like space to store things. So they'd like to get some shredded so we can store
So
other
what are we
things.
talking about for wages?
I'm just entry level, probably like we did this summer.
Summer higher probably wage.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Have you got somebody?
summer
I
hire
don't-
or
I was hoping my
entry
summer
level,
hire would
full-time
continue,
employee?
but that's not gonna
there's
work.
quite a difference.
So I'll have to find a new one.
What were they getting paid? $9.50 or 10?
I think so, the same as the lifeguards.
I think it was $9.
And that's what you're thinking?
Mhm.
Okay.
And
I
then
don't-
hopefully continue next summer or whenever.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with it. So you're looking at trying to get somebody, a college student, I'm assuming, so we can have them for maybe 3 weeks to a month, possibly.
That's what I was thinking.
Do we have consensus? Okay.
I think that's all I had, I think.
Lance, did you want to mention the aspect of what the CDs has done in comparison?
Oh, well, our interest payment this year was compared to last year when we weren't managing it properly. We have 33,000, I think, 33 or $36,000 more interest this year. So kudos. And I think, that's the whole benefit of doing the control sheet that you guys sign to make sure, and then she double checks it when this comes back to match that with that. So that control's working. So. Cassell, I wanna make sure if that date ever changes, I wanna know if the date ever changes from January 7th from what they have.
Yeah, I put in a question to the vice president again because it just seems to go
He's-
slower than they
Well,
say
he's
every
supposed to
step.
call, he's supposed to call if that ever changes. So if it changes and I don't get a call, I wanna know.
Okay, I'll tell them that.
Any other items? I think we got some good weather. Hopefully get everything done outside that we need to get done.
Less wind.
I should have blew
If
some
there's
of
no
the leaves
further
away.
discussion,
It blew the angel over.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?